Welcome back to Isa's Chaos Kitchen. It's really hot. So, you know what happens when it's hot? It means it's salad weather. When I was a kid, my mom would always eat salads when we were in the food court at the mall. I was like, dude, why would you waste your fun food court meal on salad? And then it's been a couple of years and now I love salad, and I don't know if it's a thing that happens when you start getting older, but I love salad. So I'm gonna make Caesar salad. Fun fact, Caesar salad was made in Mexico. It's from Tijuana, actually. It's not Caesar like the dude from Rome. It's Caesar like Cesar, tu amigo el Cesar de Tijuana. For the Caesar salad, you need romaine lettuce, and then for the sauce, not the sauce, the dressing, you need garlic, lemon, extra virgin olive oil, and
anchovies,
and an egg. You also need Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. By appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, Purveyors of Heinz Products. Why is this approved by the Queen? Now, if you're like, I don't like anchovies, I don't like fish, let's get something straight. Anchovies and Worcestershire sauce that has anchovies inside it, so it's not vegan, people, just so you know. They're like an umami flavored thing. So they're an agent that brings salt, but in a different way. I've touched on this before where instead of using salt, I'll use bouillon cubes. This is another way to get your salt in. It's the same with sweetener. Instead of sweetening something directly with sugar, you can sweeten it with maple syrup or honey. So there's different salters, if you see it that way, as the same way there's different sweeteners. In this case, your salt is coming from your anchovies. Even if you don't like anchovies or fish, I would recommend using anchovy. For the toppings, you need Parmesan cheese. I like to add grilled chicken to add some protein in there. And since I have this day-old bread, I'm gonna do some croutons. European problems. Your bread, it's super cheap, but it only lasts a day. Let's get ready to rumble. So I decided to do my hair up to be different and to be oh, it's warm out. So I'm gonna do an updo. And I thought this was gonna look cute. And I feel like I'm gonna start fucking yodeling. Yodele. Yodele. So the thing that most is gonna take time is grilling your chicken, obviously, because it's the only thing we're gonna cook. I mean, we're also gonna cook the egg, but we're cooking the egg with lemon juice. It's just a little bit of waiting. So the first thing you should do is prepare your chicken. I'm gonna go super basic, just salt, pepper, paprika, and we're good. So salt, rub it a little bit, flip your chicken breast, do the exact same thing. Take a pan, add a little bit of olive oil, and add your chicken breasts in there. So as I said, you're basically gonna cook not your anchovies, your egg. You need to cook it in the lemon. So the first thing I like to add is the egg. And then, I need something to drink. I made this probiotic soda, which is wait, let me move some things. I made this probiotic soda with ginger. Basically, you ferment the ginger with sugar to create a soda, and then you add juice and it creates a soda. But they explode because of the pressure of the because it's ferment, so it's yeast and it's farting. That's what soda is. So let's see if this explodes. Wait. What? Oh my god. Oh god. See, it's still bubbling. Girl, chill. Very bubbly, very carbonized. I read somewhere that this is how you make ginger beer. You can get alcohol out of this, but I feel you would need to ferment it a lot more to get alcohol out of it. But this isn't. This is probiotic soda, which is so bubbly. Look at this. Just like ginger. Okay, so let's prepare everything. I would recommend washing your lettuce. Nice. Oh my god, this is huge. Okay, so I want to say something. This is me being petty as hell. But I read somewhere that apparently the finale of House of the Dragon was absolute garbage. And now everybody's pissed because they have to wait 2 years for the 3rd season. And I'm sitting there did we not learn our lesson with season 8 of Game of Thrones? Did we not pay attention? My thing with Game of Thrones, I didn't really want to watch it because I thought it was kind of boring. Until I had this boyfriend who was so annoying that I was you know what, you're too annoying. I'm gonna fucking watch Game of Thrones because you're not leaving me alone. And so I did watch Game of Thrones. And then I got into the hype of everybody having their fan theories. And this was when I was really in Reddit a lot. So I was in Free Folk and the memes and shit. So I would get together with my friends on Sundays and we would watch Game of Thrones together. And then like going to the office and like discussing the theories. It was a great conversation starter. I enjoyed that aspect of Game of Thrones. And then I was obviously very disappointed by season 8. Okay, so watch this. Flip your chicken. So that's ready. So this is clean. Your lettuce, cleaned lettuce. And then cut up your bread. Anyways, when they announced like House of the Dragon, I was like, look, I didn't initially care about any of these characters. There's already crouton ready. It's crouton ready. I'm just gonna chop these up. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch House of the Dragon because I don't care about these characters, and like it doesn't matter what happens in their story because the future is gonna suck. That it's not leading up to anything good. I kind of don't feel bad. I mean, I feel bad for people who are fans of the House of the Dragon because like it sucks to be disappointed by a TV show, but it's also like you knew that HBO was bad at Game of Thrones shit. Like they already disappointed me once. I'm not gonna get invested because they suck ass. They've already shown me, and it's like, oh, but give them a second chance. I won't. So I saw a TikTok. Also, can I just pause and say, like, I sometimes feel like, do I even have a sense of humor anymore, or is my personality just a compilation of TikToks? But anyways, I saw this. What is a show that if it wasn't bad would be good? And everybody commented Supernatural, which, yes. But why does this keep happening where it's like, there's so many shows that it's like, God, if you were good, you would be such a good show. It's like they create these great characters with these great dynamics, and then the writers just like throw them to shit. It's so weird. It's such a weird phenomenon. But I literally just saw a video of like the disappointment of Bridgerton season 3, which that happened to me because like I got so bored after the first part. Like I could not care less, and then I saw what happened in the second part, and so now I haven't seen the second part of season 3 because I already know what happens. And it's like, damn, if this show was good, it could be so good. But they, like, fucked it up. And it's like, why do you set up these storylines that are setting up the characters for something cool to happen, and then you, like, throw them to shit? How does that happen? Because, like, if I write something that sucks, okay, I'm one person, and I don't have an education in this. But you're professional showrunners who are meant to know the characters. How are you fucking up? Like, the whole thing with Crescinda, the vegetarian dude doesn't marry Penelope. He marries Crescinda because they did connect as friends. And then he's away all the time, and she can have her love story with Eloise. Like, how would that not be an amazing, like, lesbian love story? But no, vegetarian dude just disappears, even though they set up that he didn't make any sense with Penelope. Like, why do you have the air balloon thing where he's super, like, connecting with Crescinda, and he's obviously not connecting with Penelope, and then the immediate day after, he's proposing Penelope to marry him? I thought that Penelope was gonna arrive, like, super, like, oh, I'm gonna get a proposal from Lord Vegetarian, and then he was gonna be like, actually, no, I proposed to Crescinda. Like, I thought that's what they were going for. And then, no, he proposes to Penelope, and then he just disappears. Like, if the show was good, it would be so good. It's so annoying, dude. And I want to suppose and be like, oh, I know more than the writers. But why? Why do they set up interesting storylines to kill them? Do they want to be bad? Like, what's happening in writers' rooms? You're 5 people. Are you scared of the showrunner? Or, like, why is no one stopping anyone else from, like, making a good decision and writing good things? I'm just very confused. Isn't that supposed to be your job? Like, to write good TV? I don't know. Okay, so I got my croutons. I don't need to stale the bread because it's already stale, but if you have fresh bread, just pop it in the oven until it dries out. Okay, so now, into a bowl, add an egg. So now, let's start with 1 small lemon, and then if we feel it needs more, we'll add another lemon. I have so many lemons because they were discounted. So I saw someone on YouTube say, like, fandom being a parasitic relationship. That showrunners and creators don't owe fans anything. Can do whatever they want because it's their characters. But I want to disagree with that take. 1, because I don't feel fandom is parasitic. I mean, I feel like it can be toxic, but I don't think it's a parasitic relationship. I think it's more of a symbiotic relationship in the sense that, like, a TV show can't exist without its fans, you know? And I'm not saying that a TV show should pander to its fan base. Okay, so here The egg will not make you die because it's cooking in the lemon juice. Now, my mom, she like boils the egg for a minute. I don't, because I feel like I like the egg being raw. But if you're like, I don't like raw eggs, you can cook your egg. Like I eat a lot of raw food. I'm probably gonna die of like salmonella or something. You can cook your egg like for a minute if you're scared of raw egg, but your egg is being cooked by the lemon juice. To take away a little bit of the bite of the garlic, I do like to add it also in the beginning so it's not as garlicky or spicy. I usually add like 2 to 3 garlics. Anyways, what I was thinking about, like, I don't believe in, fan service. I do feel that showrunners owe it to fans to make a good story, a good cohesive story. And like, if they make a bad season of TV, it's on the showrunners. Like, if your characters are acting completely out of character and being weird, and if you set up stakes and then don't follow through. So I'm gonna do the example of Bridgerton and why I didn't like season 3. Colin was this like the younger Bridgerton dude, and he was all like cutesy and kind of gullible. But then why do you have this scene of him having a threesome with 2 prostitutes? It was so bleh. Like, ooh, like, no. If you want to set him up as a womanizer, like Anthony was in season 2, in season 1, I get it. But then why hire prostitutes? Because if he's hiring prostitutes, that doesn't mean he's a womanizer. He's paying sex workers for their time and for their job. It doesn't make him a womanizer if they're prostitutes. Like, do you get it? Then you're, like, ruining Colin's character of, like, ooh, now he's, like, a fuckboy. But he isn't, because he's just paying prostitutes. Like, anyone can pay a prostitute for sex, It doesn't mean that now he's like some pickup artist dude. I don't know, that was kind of icky for me. Why are you rehashing Anthony's personality from season 1 to give to Colin? That makes no sense just because he traveled. Grab a fork, and you're going to add your anchovies full, and you have to like grind them down with your fork. They're in olive oil, so it's fine to add it. So it is easier if you grind it, but I'm being fancy, like, I'm gonna do it like they do in the restaurants, when they do it next to you on your table. Grind it down, and if you can't do it with a fork, you can use your mortar or pestle. Is this the mortar or is this the pestle? I don't know which one is the mortar and which is the pestle. But also, like, what I read about the second part of the second season, everything just works out for Penelope and she receives no consequence. And it's like, I know she's like the writer's favorite, but bro, that sucks. That like ruins your character. Everything goes right for her and she faces no consequence. I don't know, dude. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch the rest of the season because, like, if it sucks, it sucks. I'm the type of person who will abandon a piece of media the moment it gets bad. I could have a hyperfixation and be obsessed with a TV show. The moment I find out that something shit happens, I just tap out. No, thank you. So you're supposed to like push down to kind of like break down the anchovies. I am failing. That's why I sometimes use the grinder. Fuck it. Anyways, once your anchovies are good and grinded up, you add in your Worcestershire, and then that's when you start adding your olive oil. So drizzle it in slowly. It should be about half a cup. I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah. So in theory, if you add the oil slowly, you'll emulsify. You do this with mayonnaise as well. So if you add it and you are whisking at the same time, you're kind of creating this emulsification effect, I guess. So now you grab a spoon and you taste test it for lemon and salt. Oh, that's good. Your chicken should be ready. So cut up your chicken into bite-sized pieces. This was not the adequate knife. So get lettuce in there. Bunch of lettuce in there. Grab some chicken pieces. More lettuce in there, lettuce. Croutons, fresh pepper, bunch of Parmesan cheese. And then mix this well. Not the rest of the croutons, sure, whatever. Lay it up. Final Parmesan. Final fresh pepper. You take a knife Pork. So good, dude. Oh, this is a good salad. So easy to make. You can do it like as a preset for a dinner party, and then you have it. And voila.